Hello, Internet. This is going to be the second or third, or it's a video, and it's actually a specific one this time. So, because on my Tumblr, I was asked a question. Someone finally answered if they'd want me to talk about something. So, let's get into it. The question comes from Fist E, or, yeah, you know who you are. Awesome dude. And he asks, which is your favorite Final Fantasy, if you have one? If not, your favorite RPG in general? For me, my favorite Final Fantasy game was console Final Fantasy X, because it was easily approachable for me when I first got it. It wasn't like when I got 7 and then I got stuck because I got lost in the giant world, and that didn't end well. And also I didn't like the combat in 7 just because I was younger and I had my brother and my mother and my father, and it would always be, oh, I'm in a boss battle. Oh, well, I'm screwed. So, but Final Fantasy X I got into more because it was just easier to get into. And then when 10-2 came out, I was like, oh yeah, a continuation of the game that I never actually finished. Yay! And then I was like, this is stupid. This is fan service, and this, no. So, but my absolute favorites of the Final Fantasy franchise are actually the tactics games for the handheld. So Tactics Advance, the best Final Fantasy game ever. Partly because when you do the endgame stuff, how you go and see more of the world and all that, your character and all of your allies are pretty much awesome. So I had mine where I had the 2 best swords, I dual wielded, and I think I was a ninja. I was something where basically if I even looked at you, you died. It was so great. And then all my other, oh, it was beautiful. And then Tactics Advance 2, which was alright. It was still good, but it wasn't as good as the first one, I think. So Final Fantasy-wise, those are my favorites. My least favorites would have to be 13, because the battle system was just so ridiculous. I was just like, no, this is, I did not like it at all. And then it was really, really pretty. That's all I can say, is it was pretty. Otherwise, I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about anything else. And to anyone who says, well, if you play it for 20, it gets good 20 hours in, I'm like, no, that's stupid. Hook me in the beginning. Be like, hey, this is awesome. First 2-3 hours are good. Then put in a little grinding, maybe 3 or 4 of kind of, oh, okay, we're just walking along, and then have something awesome, and then do it builds, not this, oh, flat line, and then 20-hour mark, things go crazy. No, I don't want that. So, if any of you have a decent reason as to why you liked Final Fantasy 13 and can say something besides, oh, it gets good 20 hours in, I'd love to hear that. Because I think I might still have my copy of it. Because I actually bought the game. Which, again, frustrates me, buying a game full price and not feeling it was worth the 60 some odd dollars. So, but the other part of that question was, if I don't, what's my favorite RPG in general? And that's extremely difficult because my favorite genre is RPG. It's most of what I play, just because I get a story, I get characters, I get progression, plot. It's like living in a book, except in a game, and I get to participate. It's wonderful. And I don't know, it's just so difficult to choose. I mean, all of the ones that I have, maybe? I don't know. It's difficult. I enjoyed the Dragon Age series. It's really hard. Mainly, the sad thing is, like, the best RPG I've ever played was Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop gaming. Like, I'm a half-elf rogue who's annoying to everyone because all I do is stay behind move past all the enemies, loot all the treasure, loot everything. All of you are broke. I may be level 2, but I've got all the best equipment. So they're all like, "Oh, I'm level 7. I'm level 2 and I have a Vorpal blade. Come at me, bro." That never happened, but basically it's what I play. Or rogue is always fun for me. Anything where I get to select a class, it's always, I'm doing rogue, I'm being sneaky, because you can, generally, they have some of the most broken things in the world. Because I know in Dragon Age 2, I played a rogue, and it was always pause, do like 3 different attacks, and then your character had this one move where he would basically teleport behind a guy and stab him. And it just got to the point where I would, beginning of a fight, pause, mark of death, do something to you, do that to that, and then on the mark of death, dude, do a critical hit from behind, and then everything, and then he's paralyzed, and it's just, you fight these bosses, and the second you unpause the game, all of this stuff would happen in succession the way you planned, and then all the boss's minions would basically be dead. You'd be behind the boss would be paralyzed, and then he'd have like 3/4 of his health taken off from everything you just did in the first second after you unpause. And you get stuff like that. That's just so amazing, and playing a rogue is so much fun that way. So, if you ever ask me if I'm playing a game, how I'm running my character, it's always sneaky rogue, take people out from afar or from behind and insta-kill them. That's just, the best way to play, in my opinion. Like, Dishonored was a good test of my sneaky skills, because I always had to be like, alright, I can go in guns a-blazing, or I can circumvent everything and kill no one, which I did. That took forever. Like, if you look at how long it took me to beat Dishonored the first time when I did my no-kill run, and the second time when I went and just killed everyone was a lot faster, because all you have to do is stab, shoot, freeze time, blah, 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 done. When you're doing the no-kill run, you're like, okay, gotta be sneaky. I was found out, gotta run away, gotta... So... yeah, RPGs, the cream of the crop in my opinion. Though I have to say, recently I've been playing a lot of Team Fortress 2 just because it's easy. Unfortunately, I don't have a decent enough internet connection right now because Time Warner Cable, I know you're listening, is kind of crap. Paying $45 a month and not getting what I pay for. And yes, I've spoken to them. Yes, I've gotten my modem replaced. Yes, I've done everything to my computer. If you have anything else that you can recommend to make it so Google Maps will load properly, like that, before it was YouTube and Netflix being slow, I was like, okay, maybe a little something's off, maybe. But then when I'm Googling the address to try and figure out, okay, where is the Time Warner office that I can go change out my modem? Oh, and it's taking forever to load Google Maps. And not like, ooh, Google Earth, where it has every building and shadows. And no, just map. That does not fly. It still does not fly now, and I'm getting more and more pissed every day because school is approaching. I'm just like, ugh. So... if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments down below. Like, favorite, subscribe. And if you have anything you'd like me to talk about, put it in my ask in the comments down below, or hit me up on Tumblr. Good way to find, because I try to put myself out there a bunch and be like, hey, I'm going to talk about stuff. Why don't you ask me stuff that you would like me to talk about for a length of time, so... yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you again.